up, everybody? It's Grim, your YouTube Wrestling Figures heavyweight champion, coming back with part 2 of a Q&A. The other one was running a little long, but I just noticed there's so many more questions, so why the hell not? Here's part 2. So, Chris Benoit guy asks me, Grim, if you were in charge of the WWE, who would you bring back and who would you fire? First of all, why does nobody get fired in the WWE anymore? I mean, we still got guys like JTG, Mason Ryan, Ezekiel Jackson, David Otunga, Yoshi Tatsu. These guys are still fucking hanging around in the WWE. I don't understand it. So probably fire most of them. Well, not Zeke. He's on Team Nailed It. But, you know, all those other guys, I don't know. You got to bring in guys that are awesome. I don't really know who's out there on the indie scene or who would I bring back, because, you know, a lot of the guys that aren't in WWE right now are kind of old. So I would definitely want Jeff Hardy back. I would definitely want CM Punk back. I remember one of my favorite feuds from a couple years ago was Jeff Hardy and CM Punk. I loved that feud. So Jeff Hardy and CM Punk, I would definitely bring back. And, I'd fire Christian. Fuck him. Bugaboo625 asks, Grim, why do you hate Christian? Fuck Christian. I can't stand him. He's like a dollar store version of Edge. And I love Edge. Edge is like one of my favorites of all time. And Christian just seems like he's pales in comparison to Edge, but he's a wannabe Edge. And I hate that one more match. One more match. That being said, he puts on decent matches, and I enjoy his matches. So I'm not going to take away from his quality. I don't like his character. I bet if he had a different character, I'd probably like him. Oh yeah, and I don't like his face. Chris wants to know some stories about, you know, videotaping in the stores. He's like, I know you've gotten into trouble and you get dirty looks. And of course I get dirty looks and everything. But at the time, I had gone walking straight into the back room of Kmart. Like, not a single fuck was given. I just walked right in the back like I worked there. And I started rooting through boxes. And some guy comes walking over to me and goes, excuse me, sir, can I help you? And I go, no, I'm good. I just kept looking through the boxes. And he goes, well, do you understand you're not allowed to be back here? And I said, well, you have a whole pallet of action figures sitting back here and your shelf's empty. I figured if nobody wants to work, I'll just come and shop back here. The guy didn't know what to do. And unfortunately, I didn't have my fucking camera up videoing this. It would have been one of the best videos of all time. And it failed it on that, but this really did happen. And it was hysterical. So I'll have to try to recreate that at some point. Joe Lozano asks, Grim, what do you think of Los Matadors? Ole! I like when El Torito sits on top of their shoulders and goes. Joe's Toy Show asks, has Ebenezer ever really been arrested? You've seen him been arrested a couple times, but you know what? He needs to be arrested more. And I want to have footage of him actually being put in the police car and brought to the police station. So we're going to have to get like those sneaky Google glasses and really start some shit so we can get Ebenezer arrested and in jail and videotape it all. Sound good? I don't know. We'll try it. I don't know. It depends on how much bail money I have. Punk Guy 3993 asks, what is Heel Wife really like behind the scenes? She's a pain in my ass. Honest to God, no. I mean, I love her, and she's a good mom and a good wife, and she's been with me for 13 years now. God bless her. So, I mean, she's a good woman. Yes, that's how she is behind the scenes, but she does give me tons of crap about the toys and the toy room, and she wants it gone, and we're not actors. Jack Brace asks, how many pay-per-views have you been to, and which ones? I can't even count. I've been to so many pay-per-views over the course of my life. I know I was at WrestleMania 15. I know I was at the King of the Ring when Edge won. I know I was at the Royal Rumble when Chris Benoit won. I know I was at the Survivor Series in Madison Square Garden when Psycho Sid beat Shawn Michaels for the WWF Championship. What other fucking events have I gone to? Oh, ECW pay-per-views like Barely Legal and stuff, the ones that they ran in Asbury Park Convention Hall. I was at all of those. You could actually see me on the cards. Every time New Jack jumped off that fucking balcony, I was standing right behind him. It was the best seat in the house. And ECW shows were awesome because they weren't assigned seats. You walked in and you picked your seat. So I always said, I'm sitting up there on that fucking balcony because I know New Jack is going to jump off it. And I always stood right behind him when he did it. Here's a good question from the Ryan brothers. They want to know, Grim, do you watch any other sports and what teams and whatnot do you like? I do watch other sports. I like the NFL and I follow the Giants. They're my team. You know, I'm close to New York and fuck the Jets. So I'm definitely a New York team and, you know, lucky to say that in my lifetime we won the Super Bowl a few times. So they sucked this past year, but who cares? We won the Super Bowl twice in the last 6 years. Nailed it. Go Eli. Woo! And I also like NASCAR a lot. My brother and my father are really into NASCAR, so they've sucked me into it, and I really enjoy NASCAR. Kevin Harvick is my driver. I love watching cars crash, and I like Kevin Harvick because he's kind of like me. He runs his mouth, he says it like it is, and he has no problem sticking his middle finger out the window at another driver saying, "Fuck you!" David Borchik asks me, what's my favorite food? Come on, dude. I'm a fat motherfucker. I like all food. I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like seafood. Anything that comes from the ocean, fuck you. Go back to swimming. Keep your scales and keep your fins, you fishy smell fucks. I do not like seafood. Favorite food? It's really hard to pass up a good piece of chicken parmesan. Joshua Keir asks, Grim, what is the most embarrassing moment in your life? And honestly, there's been so many, I can't even pinpoint one, but I would have to say, like, when I fart at inopportune times, that's pretty embarrassing. One time I was at McDonald's, and I just sat in the booth, and I left out a majestic rumble, and the entire fucking booth rattled, and everybody in the fucking restaurant turned to look like, what the fuck was that? My poor wife. Hunter Lambert asks, has anyone ever made fun of you while you're recording videos in the store? And yeah, a couple times. Like, mostly it's just dirty looks, you know. Very rarely do people have anything to say, you know. One time I was making... One time, you know, I was doing the... Can't even say it. What? All right. Get your composure, Graham. God. All right. One time, I was using a power slammer and, you know, making it jerk off one of the other figures, you know, because, you know, they look like they're giving hand jobs. And I'm sitting there and I'm recording it, and I turn around and there was this huge black dude, not like Ezekiel Jackson huge. He was just tall, right? And he was older. He was like in his 60s, and he was like wearing overalls. Like, he reminded me of James Earl Jones from The Sandlot, right? Except he could see, he wasn't blind. And he looked at me, his eyes were bugged out of his head, and he goes, boy, what the fuck are you doing? You know, that could go back to embarrassing moments, too. That was not only ridiculous, but embarrassing. It was just... at that point, I just stopped what I was doing and ran. I didn't want to do any more explaining. I didn't want to look at the guy. I didn't want to be anywhere near that fucking store in case he went and called the manager. I just, goodbye, ran right for the fucking exit as fast as I could. Subdual asks, what do I think of the WWE right now? Is it good or does it stink? I don't know. Raw last night was fucking awesome. Last night from when I'm recording this. It's been good as far as this week. Last 2 weeks before that kind of sucked. The Royal Rumble pissed me the fuck off, but I don't know. Some days it's good, some days it's bad. Just like with anything. You know, anytime you watch any type of entertainment, some days it's going to be good, some days it's going to be bad. Just like my videos. One day I might nail the fuck out of it, and the next day you might think my episode sucked. But please keep watching them, because maybe tomorrow will be better. Same thing with WWE. I've been watching it for over 25 years, and, you know, sometimes it's good, and sometimes it sucks. But I'm loyal to the WWE, and I always stick with it, and I always will. All right, Grimm's Toy Show #1 fan asks, is heel wife really against the toys? Absolutely. You think she wants a husband that's 35 years old running around like an idiot, like he's 10, playing with toys? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, you know, at first when we met, it was kind of cute because, you know, I was 22 and she thought, oh, he has a couple action figures. She had no idea what she was getting herself into. She has no idea that at 35 years old that I'm the best 10-year-old going because I got 25 years experience. WWE is Life asks, how do I get the money to buy all the action figures? It's very simple. I go to work and I work very hard at my job as a porn star. Jack Hurley asks, can Super Pop do a Q&A with you? Well, I don't think his fat fucking ass would fit in the car with me, so I'll have to go to his house. But yeah, that'll be a fun idea. I'll definitely do a Q&A with Super Pop. And, you know, a few hours before I go over, I'll put out a tweet, you know, to ask questions for me. And maybe I can get him to tweet to ask him questions. And I'll put together a Q&A with Super Pop. And then I'll post it right here on YouTube for you guys to watch. And, you know, hopefully the nose doesn't obstruct my face because his nose is fucking gigantic. All right, well, that about does it for this answer session. So the next time, probably next week, I'll do another one of these videos, and I'll throw it out there on Twitter, and I'll say, hey guys, ask me some questions. I'm going to do a Q&A. If you want to ask questions here too, I'll try to check into that. But thanks for all your questions, guys. And if I didn't answer your question, it's probably because somebody asked the same question before already. So check back the other Q&A answer sessions, and you'll probably find the answer. So thanks for watching. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more. I really appreciate you guys always watching my videos, hanging out with me, and having fun every damn day of the week. Nailed it.